Welcome, welcome. Happy New Year. Happy New Year. And let's talk about your goals, how you want to use this New Year's energy to improve things in your life, how you should do it and how you should not. So, today specifically, we will talk about why New Year's resolutions don't work, why they fail, and it's not you. I guarantee it, it's not you. So, my goal with this episode is really to help you feel relieved. Never ever beat yourself up just because a certain New Year's resolution doesn't work out for you, because you are going to understand why they don't work. And I'll help you what to do instead. I really personally love, honestly, any type of New Year's changing energy, which for me is definitely my birthday and definitely when, the new year is coming and this is the first days of the new year. It really comes with this magical extra motivation and inspiration that as if you would have now a blank page, as if you would now have this extra energy to actually now start something. Now it's the time to shake up things, to finally go for anything you want to change in your life, you want to improve in your life. And I really love it. I love it around my birthday. I always look back what I did, what happened in the previous year, and kind of just setting intention what I want for the next year. It's the same for the new year. So I want to encourage you to do so. I want you to want things in your life. I want you to give yourself the permission to change things you don't want anymore in your life, change things the way you want them to be, and really believe in the possibility that you can get there. You can have that. But what I don't want you to do is set New Year's resolution, fail, and then beat yourself up. And then the brain's conclusion is like, I'm just not good enough. Have you experienced this? Because honestly, this is what is happening left and right. Did you know that, according to statistics, around 80% of New Year's resolution fail by February? By February, just in a few weeks. And I will tell you that why I believe it's happening. You're going to understand more of how change works, how our brain works. So it's not going to happen to you. Basically, what I want you to do is want things, set goals properly, understand the change, and work with your own mind, work with your brain for getting there, but not beat yourself up just because a big resolution didn't work out. Because the brain can really use then that evidence to just give up completely. So let's talk about a very specific example. What are New Year's resolutions? These are really these bold life upgrades that we set as goals, and I'm going to lose this year, like all the weight, right? This year, this is going to be my year. I'm going to crush it in my business. This year, I'm never going to, stress it in front of the TV at night. I'll never do late night snacking again. I'll be so patient with my kids. I will never ever yell again with them. Like we have these big, bold statements like, yes, and this is my year, and this is the change I'm going to do, and this is the new person I'm going to become. And when it doesn't happen like that, when you still raise your voice with your kid, when you still snack at night, when you don't go to the gym and you just realize like, oh shit, I haven't been to the gym again for a week because life happened, then it's so easy that your brain comes to the conclusion like, oh, of course, you are just a failure. You're not good enough. Never ever any diet worked for you. Of course, you're just not good enough at sticking with certain things, with a workout routine or with a diet. So the brain is going to use that evidence to kind of hurt you, to keep you feel stuck in where you were, because that is just the evidence. Like, you see, you cannot keep on going like that. You see, you failed because how you started was the problem. The problem is not you. The problem is not setting the intentions. The problem is really not with improving your lives or changing anything. The problem is how we jumped into it. So let's talk about the three main things that I believe are the reasons why New Year's resolutions just fail. They don't work. So I don't recommend doing that. Number one, they are too vague. It's not specific. It's simply like, oh, this year I'm going to gonna be fit. What does it mean? What are the actions you need to take in order to get that? What do you need to feel? How are you going to fuel that? It's very, very vague. You cannot even measure it. What does it mean getting fit? What does it mean for you? What is the specific goal you really want to get to? How do you want to feel instead? How do you want to be instead? Who do you want to be? What exactly? And then I'm really talking about measurable things. In case of getting fit, what does it mean for you? So the number one reason why they fail is because they're too vague. Getting fit, getting a better relationship, being more patient with my kids. But what exactly does it mean? Number two, they are too big. Like these huge, bold statements that I'm going to work out every day now. I'm going to lose all the weight. Like they're too big and not realistic in your life. Like when, for example, so far you felt and believe that you don't have a minute to yourself because you just go to work and then the second job is waiting because the kids are there and then you are just falling in bed at night, then going to the gym every single day is going to fail fairly quickly because it was not realistic to your life and it was just too big of a jump from where you are starting. And then we are coming to the third reason why New Year's resolutions fail. And really, this is the biggest. Your unconscious is sabotaging you because you are deep down not believing in it. When you are not believing in it and you are trying to force yourself into something, your unconscious is just fighting that. Your unconscious wants to go back to the old ways, the old patterns that it knows because the brain is wired for, saving energy. So what the human brain does is we love our habits. So if you used to have a habit, that is the habit that the brain wants to come back to. And next to that, having that habit, your habit is also what you are believing in. What we do, feel, think repeatedly, it is our habit. And when you believe, because you have the thought repeatedly that no diet is working for me, for example, or I cannot stick to any workout plan. When you deep down believing that, while you try to force yourself to go to the gym, while you try to force yourself to eat healthy, then it's going to eventually fail because you are only using your willpower. And honestly, willpower gets tired. So you have this energy, this motivation with the new year, you are jumping on it. But when it gets tired and when you fail, what I started with already, the brain is going to use this evidence against you. Like, you see, of course you cannot go to the gym. It's just not realistic for you. You see, you can this diet is not working again for you. So what I just want you to see is while you are trying something new, some improvement in your life, and that's amazing, wanting the change, wanting that improvement, at the same time, believing that you are not worthy of that you will never get there, you have this negative, really nasty self voice, the self talk in your head, or it is really like that deep belief that, oh, I'm just a stressed person. I cannot stop yelling at my kids. It's just, I'm always stressful when I go home from work. Or you don't believe that you can lose weight because deep down, the belief, what you have been keep really thinking for years is that no diet is working for me. When that is the belief, and then on the top, you just set a goal and you just try with your willpower, eventually it is going to fail because the brain is just going to go back to the old ways, the habitual ways, which is the normal human brain functioning. You are not immature, there is nothing wrong with you. Like it's not like you should push stronger. We will get to the solution, like how to do it correctly. But just first, I want to really give you this big hug that there is nothing wrong with you. The reasons why New Year's resolutions fail is because they are too big, they are too vague, and your unconscious is fighting that because deep down you believe just the maybe quite absolutely the opposite. And then let's jump into the solution because I really want you to ride the energy of the new year. Because I really believe, I feel, even though it's cold and I really feel at the same time kind of tired, it's a mixed feeling having this enthusiasm and motivation of the new year. But at the same time, I feel a little bit tired because the holidays with kids, yes, it's not about just putting your feet up, right? So I feel tired, but I also want to ride the waves of this new energy because sometimes all we need is really this hardest first step of going for it. Like the first step of starting. And then I'll tell you how you should actually just jump into this change, how you can get that improvement in your life, how you can change up things in your life. And again, I have 3 points to share with you today. So, what to do instead of New Year's resolutions? Because I want you to succeed. I want you to feel powerful, empowered, and in control over all the amazing things that you can change and improve in your life. So, first of all, it is very, I think, very amazing to understand and remind ourselves of that humans evolutionary are designed for growth. Just think about it. If it would not be the case, we would still be in the cave. We would not have electricity and planes and cars and all the technology that we are using at this very moment. Like people are designed that we want to grow, we want to leave a legacy, we want to make an impact, we want to have more and better. And it's not just about more money or more material things. It's just really about that growth that you are spending this precious life on this earth the way that you want to look back and like, yes, yes, I did it. I tried. So we have this very amazing programming inside of us, this pull that we want to grow, we want to change. Not even talking about when we are really in struggle, in pain. Like we are struggling because we feel like we are not good enough moms. We struggle with anxiety, overwhelm. We struggle with stress. We have relationship problems. We have money problems. We have really distress or dissatisfaction in our career. So, especially when it's about pain and struggle, obviously you want to change those things. And I want to help you to get there. So, it's amazing to want a change. It's amazing that you want improvement. And now let's see how you can get there, how you can get that in your life. Number one, find your emotional why. Don't do anything because it's expected from you, because you should look skinnier or better or stronger, or you should lose weight. Or don't do it because what others are thinking about your parenting style or what your partner is saying about your business or about your career. I'm just really giving examples that I heard lately from my clients. Like, please don't do anything based on external pressure. The easier it's going to be for you when you are able to connect with this deep why inside of you. Like, ask it from why? Set the intention. What do you want? What is the change you want? What is the improvement you want? And then ask it. Why? Do you feel it in your body, that connection, that butterflies, that warmth, that, oh my God, yeah, it feels so good. It would be just so good to have that. That is your why. Find your emotional why because it is going to help you in case when things get just a little bit bumpy or you need to figure out some things, what to do. Like, definitely find your emotional why, and it has to be yours, not an external pressure. Number two, start small. If you want to get back on shape, but you haven't worked out for 10 years, don't go for, I'm going to go to the gym every day. Like, go for, I'm going to walk for 10 minutes every day. Start small. And this is crucial because what we are doing here is we are teaching the brain that you are a person who is working out. You are a person who takes your health really seriously. You are a person who is healthy, who is becoming healthier every day. And this is a crucial step to the success because now we are building the identity first. We are building who you want to become. So actually, the habit is going to just be easier to actually stick to. Don't go too big that you are already setting up yourself for failure. First, it's crucial. First, build the identity. Who is doing that? Whatever change you want to have, like let's get with another example. Like you want to stay just more calm and more neutral and just more often more present with your kids when shit show happens and tantrums, etc. Then don't go for I'll never ever yell again. Just set the intention that I'm going to just connect with my body when those things happen. I'm just going to count to 10. I'm just going to exhale. Just really tiny things. You are building it into your brain that you are the mother who can stay calmer more often, who is the one who can regulate her emotions and her stress. Like, just make sure that you start small because here what we want is just creating that person, creating that identity who is doing that, who is having that in her life, what you want to achieve. And when shit happens, because life happens, shit happens, and for example, you already are on your goal of actually getting to the gym 3 times a week, and then one time you didn't go, then don't beat yourself up. It doesn't matter. It's okay. It doesn't mean anything bad about you. It is just life. Get curious. Why? Why didn't you go? And if you like the reasons, fine. If not, then change it. But just get curious and get back on track. It's okay. If you yelled and raised your voice once more, you are human. It doesn't mean anything that you are now failing and you will never ever be patient and calm ever again. Don't use that against yourself, but just get back on track and go on with these small changes that is creating the identity who is having what you want to have. And number three, rewire your old habits. Really, the easiest and fastest way to the change is working directly with your unconscious. Because, fun fact, according to new scientific data, we talk about around 98% is processed by the unconscious. Think about it that everything we do repeatedly becomes our habit and goes into our unconscious. So the way you react in a certain situation, the way you react in a tantrum, the way you react to your partner's comments, the way you react at your workplace, to a certain colleague, to a stressful situation, in anxiety, in case of panic attacks, everything is in your unconscious. And the best and fastest way to change that is directly working in your unconscious. We want to work with the power of your unconscious mind to change it because now you have a neural pathway in your brain like very strong because this is what habituated, this is what you have used for years maybe. And that is a neural pathway which is very big, very strong. And this is where your brain goes to. Remember, the brain wants to save energy, so the brain is going to go to these known reactions, to this known neural pathway. So you just yell, you just erupt, you just get that panic attack, you just get that anxiety, you just have this emotional overload or overwhelm when you hear that comment where you speak with your boss, like whatever it is for you. If it's habituated, then this is just the reaction of your unconscious. So the best and fastest way is to work with the unconscious. So first we need to just literally stop that pattern. So we weaken that neural pathway and then wire in a new neural pathway that will help you to actually have a different reaction. What do you want to feel instead? Do you want to feel more calm? Do you want to feel more in control, more confident, more peaceful? That is what rewiring the brain means. We are working with your habits. You learn how to stop them, and then we are rewiring that in your brain so your brain has a different pathway to choose from. And then you practice the tools, like between sessions, if you would work with me, you are practicing those tools. And then you are strengthening that new neural pathway. So you have a different habit. You have a different way to react. And this is what we want when we want to change. This is what we want when we want to improve things in our lives. We want that change to get really into our brain. We want that change to stuck. We want that change to be long term. So don't beat yourself up if New Year's resolutions don't work. And as a reminder, don't beat yourself up if, a big, bold statement is failing. It is not your fault. We went through the three reasons why I believe that most of the New Year's resolutions fail. And then we went into the three steps and three ways, basically, how you can set those goals, how you can set yourself up for success and actually get that change. So, as a summary again, I want you to really want the change. I want you to give yourself the permission to really shake things up, to improve things, to change things. But just know how change works. Know how your brain doesn't want that change. So we want to work with the unconscious directly. So you have a better success to actually get there, to actually choose the way you want to react in a certain situation, how you want to feel in a certain situation. And yes, I want to encourage you to ride the waves of this New Year's energy without the stress, without pressuring yourself into big, crazy goals. Just ride the waves. And at this point of time, when I'm recording this episode, I'm still working one on one. It might change in the future. Right now, at this point of time, I work one on one. So you can go to my website and on the contact page, you can check out my availability. I would be more than happy to really guide you through these change sessions. And really, you can experience yourself the power of your unconscious. Because this is really where change happens the fastest. We are working where your habits are rooted. And just as a note to the end, I am so happy that you are still here with me or you are new to this podcast. I cannot wait to serve you this year also with more and more topics. And we are going to talk about all the things that are going to make you a good enough mother because you are already a good enough mother, but make you feel like a good enough mother. We are going to crush the sugar-coated version of motherhood. We are going to talk about all the things that's mind-related, mindset shifts, and unconscious mind, because I really want you to get closer to your confidence and good enoughness because you deserve to feel that you are doing enough, that you are a good enough mom. Talk to you soon. Bye.